Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. Oh, I'm sorry. Today is December 1st, and I just get myself all caught up in the holiday season. Hope you can enjoy it as well. Today is Tuesday, December 1st. We are going to focus on imagery in A Long Walk to Water. Let's go. Today, you are going to review imagery, read chapter 8 of A Long Walk to Water, and then read the 2 examples that I have provided for you in A Long Walk to Water, chapter 8. Highlight instances of imagery in each example, and then explain how the use of imagery in each example achieves the author's specific purpose. Okay, today, we will use A Long Walk to Water to describe how the author's use of figurative language achieves a specific purpose, imagery. Today, I will review the types of figurative language and practice identifying them in A Long Walk to Water and other texts. Here we go. Here, my lovelies, are all the examples of the figurative language we reviewed yesterday, and today you are going to apply them, specifically imagery. So, guys, the idea is that if I'm trying to master something, I can't just master them all at once. You know what I mean? You can't just do all of those things all at the exact same time. It's like with sports, it's like with singing, it's really with learning anything. So I'm going to take one thing, which is imagery, and I'm going to work and focus on that today. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. And also, I am filming in my front porch, so if you guys hear cars and stuff, so sorry. Okay, here we go. So, reminder, if you guys see right here, imagery is a language used to create images in the mind of the reader. So, it's not sensory imagery because remember, sensory is my 5 senses. This one is just working on my eyes and my mind's eye. So, can I see it in my mind? When I read something, can I see it and visualize it? Okay, so here's an example. And this is from The Shining. It's a horror book by Stephen King, and it's a great movie. Example, there was a giant hiss of steam, dragon's breath. A warm tropical mist rose from beneath the boiler and veiled him. So here we go. I'm going to apply it. Here's my example. This is what you're going to do. The author's use of imagery achieves the purpose of allowing the reader to see the warm steam surround the character and visualize the boiler room environment. So all of that was achieved in those 2 sentences. And it's because they use imagery. So now I can actually visualize and see myself in the boiler room. Okay. So this is what you're going to do. You're first going to read chapter 8, and here is the audiobook for you as well. Then practice and apply imagery. Here we go. So it says, these are the 2 examples of imagery that I found, and you will focus on both further. So it's number 1 and number 2. So I know my face is right there, but that's what it says. Okay, because later on you're going to see a number 1 and a number 2. So here's 1. So you're going to work on example number 1 first, and then you're going to work on example number 2 second. Okay. So here it is. Here's where we're going to practice. So I'm going to read this to you. So if you guys read the instructions, it says, highlight where you find imagery. When you find words that paint a picture in your mind. So number 1, page 48 says, and this is from A Long Walk to Water, chapter 8. You just read this, okay? So this is nothing foreign. You just read this. A bag of mangoes was awkward to carry, especially when the bicycle was already loaded with the other goods. So he wedged the mangoes into the spokes of his bicycle wheels. Remember that he's talking about his dad. Salva is talking about his dad. Okay, so you're going to highlight. That's step 1. Step 2. And here's the second one. This is number 2. Only a few minutes later, mosquitoes rose up from the water, from the reeds, from everywhere. Huge dark clouds of them appeared, their high-pitched whine filling the air. Thousands, maybe millions of hungry mosquitoes massed so thickly that in one breath, Salva could have ended up with a mouthful if he wasn't careful. And even if he was, they were everywhere, in his eyes, nose, ears, on every part of his body. So highlight where you find imagery, where you can see it, okay? There we go. So here's my example from slide 6. The author's use of imagery. Here's my example. This is what mine looked like, right? And then I gave you a sentence stem. These author's use of imagery achieves the purpose of allowing the reader to, so this is for number 1, example number 1. This is about the mangoes and the bicycle. So type in and answer this question. And then, oops, I'm sorry, go back. My bad. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see because my fat face is in the way. Maybe it's just the hat, you guys. I don't think my face is that fat, but when you get to be 40, it just kind of chunks up. Sorry. Okay, So there's for number 1 and there's for number 2. So imagery. Don't forget to do your silent sustained reading today. And I love you. You should know this by now, but I'm telling you from my corazon, I love you. So today, remember what you did was reviewed imagery, read chapter 8, looked at my example of imagery from The Shining, found and highlighted a number 1 and number 2 example where you saw imagery, and then applied it and answered the questions about how did the author, Linda Sue Park, achieve imagery in the words that she used in those 2 examples from chapter 8. And of course, remember to go in and the new and improved reading log. All right. Well, you cowboys and cowgirls, y'all have a super Tuesday. And now, see you tomorrow. Blessings.